Hey there, fellow camera enthusiasts. Welcome back to 5 Bistones, the go-to place for all things photography and videography. Today, we have something truly exciting in store for you. We're going to dive into the world of mirrorless cameras and unveil the best mirrorless cameras of 2024. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting your photography journey, this video is packed with valuable insights that will help you make the right choice for your needs. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 5. Nikon Z6i. The Nikon Z6i is a superb camera for photography and a more economical full-frame option than the Sony 7IV. Even though it lacks advanced video features, this is a well-rounded camera for amateurs and enthusiasts. Its sensor produces great image quality and allows for very quick burst shooting for fast scenes. It also handles beautifully, with excellent ergonomics and an easy-to-use user interface. Nikon's Z lenses, notably the high-end S line, are likewise exceptional. However, they can be fairly expensive and lens availability is still limited in comparison to competitors. If you want something more portable and don't mind foregoing a full-frame sensor, the Fujifilm X-T5 is a superb enthusiast-oriented APS-C model that's approximately the same price. Though its smaller sensor cannot handle noise in low light, as well as Nikon's full-frame sensor, its unusually high 40-megapixel resolution captures superb detail and allows you to trim your photographs more freely. The Nikon Z6i is a full-frame mirrorless camera that will be available in 2021, succeeding the Nikon Z6. It has a few minor improvements over its predecessor, including a second memory card port for SD cards and a second EXP-ED6 CPU for improved autofocus speed. Otherwise, it's a versatile full-frame mirrorless camera with superb ergonomics. Number 4. Canon EOS R7. Our favorite mid-range camera is the Canon EOS R7. It's a well-rounded APS-C camera with everything you need to shoot high-quality photos and videos. Although crop sensor RF lenses are still limited, EF lenses can be adapted if you already own a Canon DSLR. Furthermore, there is enough to like about this camera to make it a good candidate in this price range. Because of its excellent in-body image stabilization technology, it's well-suited for handheld video work or pictures at slower shutter rates. It also has the best focusing and rapid burst shooting in its class, making it an excellent choice for sports and wildlife photography. Aside from performance, it's also durable and weatherproof with the best battery life among mirrorless cameras. If you're searching for a small and inexpensive APS-C camera, try the Fujifilm XS20, which has slower burst shooting and a less reliable autofocus mechanism. The Canon EOS R7 is a competent APS-C camera that sits below the Canon EOS R6 Mark II in Canon's mirrorless lineup. It's being described as the spiritual successor of the Canon EOS 7D Mark II DSLR for sports and wildlife photography, which debuted in 2014. However, because it incorporates all of the advantages of modern mirrorless technology, it is versatile enough for all forms of photo and video work. It's a photographer's and hybrid shooter's dream with a high-resolution sensor, quick autofocus and burst shooting, and in-body image stabilization (IBS). The Canon EOS R7 is an excellent choice for wildlife and sports photography. It has a fairly large image buffer as well as a very high maximum burst rate. Its autofocus technology identifies human, animal, and vehicle subjects and tracks fast-moving subjects well. The visual clarity is likewise very good. However, noise management is only passable in low-light situations. It also has a very good battery life for a mirrorless camera. If you're a passionate amateur photographer who also likes to shoot video, the Canon EOS R7 is one of the greatest cameras you can buy, as well as the sweet spot in the camera giant's EOS R range for beginners. It sits between classic DSLRs like the Canon EOS 7D Mark II and EOS 90D, combining Canon's latest dual-pixel CMOS FI autofocus system with burst shooting capabilities of 15 fps or even 30 fps when using its electronic shutter. It's more expensive than the Canon EOS R10, but the R7's higher resolution 32.5 MP sensor, in-body stabilization, larger buffer, and dual card slots will more than make up for the difference. The EOS R7 sports an APS-C sensor as opposed to Canon's full-frame cameras. While these cannot gather as much light as full-frame sensors seen in cameras such as the Canon EOS R6, they do have a few advantages, including a smaller, lighter overall camera system and a reduced price tag. The EOS R7 delivers an amazing set of features for its price, demonstrating why it is now Canon's top APS-C camera. Unlike the EOS 90D, you receive in-body image stabilization (IBS), which aids in image quality preservation when shooting handheld. There are also 2 USB card slots and a robust set of video shooting specifications, such as headphone and microphone ports, as well as the ability to shoot uncropped 4K/60 footage. These qualities combine to make the EOS R7 one of the greatest mirrorless cameras for those who can't justify Canon's full-frame versions, which use the same RF mount. However, this mount is also the EOS R7's greatest drawback at the moment, as there are only two native RFS lenses for this camera's sensor at the time of writing. One of these lenses is an 8. Number 3. Fujifilm X-S10. The Fujifilm X-S10 is less expensive than the Canon EOS R7, but it still provides excellent value. If you don't require advanced capabilities such as internal 10-bit recording or weather sealing, the X-S10 is the camera for you. While it lacks the separate exposure dials that Fuji enthusiasts are accustomed to, its simpler mode dial makes it more approachable to newbies. The camera's hand grip is deeper and more comfortable than that of its higher-end sister, the Fujifilm X-T4. The real kicker, and what makes this one of the best value APS-C cameras on the market, is that it still has built-in image stabilization, which is uncommon for cameras at this price point. Furthermore, it has the same high-resolution sensor as the X-T4, resulting in comparable image and video quality at a cheaper price range. Just remember to budget for the lens. Fuji lenses are more expensive than the kit lens that comes with a camera like the Nikon Z50. If you want to save some money, the Nikon is a good option. However, it lacks IBIS and has fewer lens options. The Fujifilm X-S10 is a crop sensor mirrorless camera. It produces excellent image quality and shoots reasonably sharp, detailed video in both 4K and FHD resolutions. However, you may notice some noise while recording in low-light conditions. Its in-body image stabilization feature also helps to smooth down camera shake in both still and video photography. It's easy to operate, feels well-made, and boasts a bright, sharp, fully articulated screen, as well as a plethora of connectors for connecting peripherals. While its video autofocus ability is excellent, it struggles to retain focus on things when used for still photography. The Fujifilm X-S10 is an excellent travel camera. It produces excellent image quality right out of the box, with low noise even at somewhat high ISO levels. The Fujifilm simulation modes can help add flair to your images. However, we haven't tested the camera with these modes enabled yet, and you can only use them on JPG files. It has a very wide shutter speed range, allowing you to capture both fast moments and complicated long-exposure images. It's also generally comfy to use and appears to be well made. Unfortunately, depending on your shooting habits and settings, its single-charge battery life may not be enough for a full day of shooting. Number 2. Fujifilm X-H2S. The Fujifilm X-H2S is one of the most competent APS-C cameras on the market, and it's an excellent choice for advanced video work because to its stacked sensor, which reduces rolling shutter effect. Aside from that, it can record video in up to 6.2K resolution and supports a variety of codecs, including the high-quality Apple ProRes formats. You also get advanced video features such as log recording in 10-bit 4:2:2 internally for a greater dynamic range and additional post-production flexibility. It includes a solid, well-built body that is weather-sealed, in-body image stabilization for better handheld camera motions, and a long battery life. It also has Fujifilm's best autofocus mechanism to date. Overall, for the price, this is one of the best consumer mirrorless cameras for video production. The Fujifilm X-H2S is one of the company's 2 flagship APS-C cameras. It boasts a heavy-duty design and a long battery life, just like its sister model, the Fujifilm X-H2. However, instead of a 40-megapixel sensor, it employs a 26-megapixel sensor with a stacked design for faster reading and reduced rolling shutter. With superior video functionality and recording up to 6.2K, in-body image stabilization, IBS, and blackout-free burst shooting at up to 40 fps, this is the model to get for video work and fast-moving objects. The Fujifilm X-H2S is an excellent choice for studio video. It can capture video at up to 6.2K, with inbuilt 10-bit 4:2:2 color from the entire sensor width. When selecting the Vlog 2 profile, 6.2K and 4K up to 30 fps are also recorded using a 14-bit output, allowing the camera to capture a larger dynamic range than other consumer cameras. Furthermore, it internally supports high-quality, low-compression Apple ProRes codecs as well as raw video output with a compatible external recorder. The sensor's layered architecture further reduces the rolling shutter effect. You also get a full-size HDMI connector as well as inputs for video devices such as a microphone and headphones. It has a long battery life and no recording time limit. It can, however, overheat during long recording sessions. Nonetheless, Fujifilm manufactures. Number 1. Sony A7 IV. The Sony A7 IV is our favorite mirrorless camera. If you're searching for a strong hybrid camera capable of handling a wide range of photo and video tasks, this is a safe pick. It improves on the best-selling Sony A7 IA with a new 33-megapixel sensor that captures incredible detail. It also sports an improved autofocus technology with some of the most dependable AF tracking on the market, as well as advanced features such as in-body image stabilization, IBS, and dual memory card slots. It's also a video beast, capable of fork recording up to 60 frames per second, with a noticeable cut and internal 10-bit 4:2:2 capture. The Canon EOS R6 Mark Q is another excellent option at this pricing bracket. With a burst rate of up to 40 fps in electronic shutter mode, it's a good option to the Sony if you need faster burst shooting. Unlike the Sony, it enables raw video output through HDMI as well as uncropped 4K at 60 frames per second. However, Sony's E-mount lens selection is far greater, with both native and third-party alternatives available at various price points, making the 7IV our overall top pick. The Sony 7IV is the fourth edition of the company's popular Alpha 7 mirrorless camera. Following the Sony 7IA from 2018, it provides several great quality-of-life improvements, such as a redesigned menu system with touch navigation, more dials and customization choices, and a sturdier build quality, but at the cost of a somewhat larger body. Sony also improved the camera's video capabilities with upgraded internal recording specs that elevate the 7 to the status of true hybrid camera. This, along with a best-in-class autofocus technology and a new 33-megapixel sensor, makes this a worthy successor to one of Sony's most popular cameras, particularly for those interested in both video and photography. The Sony 7IV is ideal for landscape photography. Its full-frame 33-megapixel sensor captures a remarkable amount of detail and produces clear, appealing photographs right out of the camera. It also allows you to crop your images or generate prints with more freedom. It features a very wide dynamic range in RAW format, allowing it to capture more highlight and shadow detail in busier or higher contrast landscape images. Furthermore, while its high ISO noise performance is slightly inferior than that of some comparable cameras, it nevertheless works admirably in low-light circumstances where the ISO must be increased. Unfortunately, it is not the most portable camera for lengthy walks or distant area shooting. So guys, that concludes our top 5 best mirrorless cameras of 2024 list. All product links are in the description, which is updated with the lowest prices. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.